Our vision at Wayside is to empower the next generation of global citizens. Wayside Publishing Spanish, French, German, and Italian textbooks aim to prepare learners to communicate, explore, and connect across cultures in order to foster attitudes of mutual understanding and respect. Our standards-based, proficiency-driven texts focus on what students can do in the language in order to increase their language and intercultural proficiency. All of our series textbooks align to national standards and are built on ACTFL's proficiency guidelines, performance descriptors, and the necessitable ACTFL communicative and intercultural can-do statements. A fully articulated Spanish series moves students along the proficiency continuum from novice low to pre-advanced levels of proficiency. And our French series supports student growth and proficiency from novice to intermediate mid in Untitled and to intermediate high, advanced low in our AP textbook, Apprenons. How does Wayside Materials advance student proficiency? By focusing on research-based pedagogy and methodology that includes backwards design and functional learning objectives, performance-based assessments and feedback, and by focusing on what students can do in the language. Students acquire and retain what they've learned by experiencing vocabulary and grammar in meaningful real-world contexts. Our resources guide learners to interpret authentic resources and allow students to participate in meaningful interpersonal speaking tasks. Let's take a closer look. In designing Interculturas and Intercultur, we applied the backwards design planning process, beginning with the end in mind. That is, each unit builds on what students will be able to do and know in order to demonstrate their communicative skills and cultural and content knowledge by the end of the unit. So we developed essential questions and unit goals. Then we built the summative assessment, an integrated performance assessment, or an IPA, that we call Vive Entre Culturas in the Spanish series and J'y arrive in the French. The French series, Intercultur, follows the same model, as does our AP series, Triángulo Apreciado. After the opening unit, students will dive in and start to communicate with the language. Vocabulary in Interculturas and Intercultur are presented and practiced in meaningful contexts. Authentic resources connect to essential questions, unit goals, and learning targets with vocabulary and grammar embedded. Learners engage with the resource through a series of pre, during, and post-viewing, reading, or listening activities, which are supported by a variety of graphic organizers. This process is repeated as appropriate with each new resource introduced. And as needed, students are provided with models to guide their language production, especially in the early stages. Again, vocabulary is embedded as appropriate, and in addition to essential vocabulary, learners have access to additional words to assist in comprehension or even production, or to use expressions to enhance what they say or write in the language. You will see the same model applied in the Intercultur series, with small manageable chunks of vocabulary, a variety of activities for students to apply the vocabulary in context, and additional good-to-know vocabulary that can help students better express themselves. Interculturas and Intercultur both utilize the discovery or inductive method for introducing grammar so that students generate and test hypotheses, which research shows allows them to reach higher levels of mastery. Another way that Wayside resources support students' proficiency is through our assessments. At Wayside, we believe in grading for growth. We support teachers in grading that promotes proficiency through self-assessments with can-do statements, formative assessments, summative integrated performance assessments, and a variety of single-point, holistic, analytic, and specific IPA rubrics. The assessments in Entre Culturas and Entre Cultura, as well as Triángulo Apreciado, are performance-based. They focus on what learners can do in the language using authentic tasks and resources as a springboard for demonstrating performance in the three modes of communication: the interpretive, the interpersonal, and the presentational. Vivi Entre Culturas, the summative assessment in Entre Culturas, is an integrated performance assessment, with each of these three modes working together to complete an authentic task. In both Entre Culturas and Entre Cultura, the summative assessment comes with a specific rubric tailored to the three modes of communication and aligned to the ACTFL proficiency guidelines and performance descriptors. All of Wayside's textbooks offer a range of rubrics to assess and provide feedback to students as they progress on their path to proficiency. Additionally, Wayside offers a robust learning site where students and teachers can access their online textbook, rubrics, learning activities, extension activities, and an online language portfolio. Our goals for the learning site include to be proficiency-driven, provide engaging and equitable online tools and resources, allow for innovation and personalization, building a global community, and to create an online ecosystem that depicts what users can do with the language. The path to proficiency starts with Wayside, and at Wayside, we walk along with you on that path to proficiency as partners. We support your professional growth, not just with our progressive program, but with ongoing professional development that meets you wherever you are on your journey and helps you move forward. We're looking forward to joining you on your path. Thank you for your interest in Wayside Publishing's products. For more information, contact your account manager or email us at info@waysidepublishing.com.